Roll call. Ed.
Here.
Jerry.
Here.
Leroy.
Here.
I'm here. Okay, approved the December 12th agenda. Any changes or anything?
I don't have any.
I'll make that motion to approve the agenda as it stands.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, November 28th minutes. The only thing with that Cindy boss with rides, she's getting groomed to when Hugh retires, that she'll take over. It's kind of nice. You have got a motion on the minutes? We have support, all in favor? Opposed? Let's see. Okay, consider approve donating time to an employee, vacation time for employees who have completed 25 years or more.
All of the department heads got together and talked about donating sick leave and adding another week of vacation for those employees over 20, or been here over 25. We talked to Jack, and the donated leave time is what has been used in other counties that Jack works for. And then, of course, here's a sample of the release form that they would need, the employee would need.
No, to donate time, that's just for people that are sick.
That people that have used up all of their sick time and vacation time, and they still need more time, go to FFLA or whatever, they have no pay, so then employees can donate up to 40 hours per incident, I believe it is.
So they get 40 hours from each.
They could if employees are ready to donate. That was our understanding, right? Yeah. They don't have to. I mean, no one has to donate. It's just an option for employees to donate to somebody that has exhausted everything. I mean, 34 years I've been here, we've probably been 2 times that's been, a concern. But going forward, I don't know. I know something we talked about earlier, and then, so just bringing it up again.
What do you guys think?
Is that donating sick leave or?
It can be both, sick leave or vacation, both. Yeah, it can be sick or vacation, whatever you prefer. I'm assuming it'd probably be more sick leave than vacation is what I'm assuming.
Make a motion to approve that. And I'll support that.
Okay, we've got a motion and support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
For both the sick leave and the vacation time?
That's
Both?
just one motion.
Just one motion, okay.
Looks like 2 separate items.
Yeah.
Okay. Consider award bid for Heartland Security to
So I
update.
gotta do the second.
We're going to talk about the vacation time adding.
Oh. Well, I thought that was all one. Okay, then we'll go with vacation time. Do you have any comments about that?
What other counties have?
I have not checked with other counties. We did it on the front end for people that have been here less than a year to give them a week's earlier. So, the people that have been here for 25 years more service or dedication to the job, it doesn't affect, not all, too many employees at this point, but it could in the future.
What do they get now?
4 weeks. And they continue at 4 weeks. After 20 years, you get 4 weeks. And that doesn't stop. So.
What do you guys think?
Any other comments I should make on that?
Thought about it at great length, but to go from 7 years, you get 15 days, to 20 years, you get 20 days. Why did would we then jump another 5 days at 5 years?
Okay, what, it's 8:50, shall we go to department heads and come back to this?
Sure.
Okay, so table this for a little bit. Okay, department heads. You gonna report, Larry?
Nope. I'll wait for Aldo.
Oh, okay. Kevin?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, Ed and Leroy, Rochelle and myself met with the jail construction and the architect. And we asked him, and what Jerry brought up at one of the last meetings, if we could move it so it wouldn't interfere with the parking back here. And he's currently drawing up plans for moving it instead of where the house is at. It will be running south.
So it'd still be a remodel.
Yes, yeah. Cause, yeah, so that's, he's working on those plans right now, so we're anxious to see what he comes up with.
Okay,
And, I'm leaving this afternoon for some training in Des Moines till Friday, and that's about it, so.
okay. Yeah,
So since the last meeting, the Conservation Board has reached an agreement with the Reasons. They came and expressed some concerns at one of the board meetings, and we've been working with them. We have reached an agreement with that. Working with Nolan to try and get that finalized, so we can just put it behind us, I guess would be a nice way to say it. We have accepted bids for the Willow Creek project. We did that at the last board meeting. The engineering firm is working on getting all of the papers and documents together so we can get a construction contract approved for that. Still hope that, the way it sounds, the contractor's still hoping to get it done by Memorial Day 2024. Other than that, I'm cutting firewood, getting the trailer stocked up for the next camping season, working on some equipment, the usual. And then I am happy to report, I don't know that anybody in this room is affected by this, but the trout are finally coming for Willow Creek. They have been ordered since October 1st. We have been impatiently waiting, but they are finally hopefully going to show up on Friday. So we only get like 3 calls a day.
good. Keith?
Thank you. So construction project, the G20 bridge, they've got 2 abutments and 1 pier now, driven and concrete poured, so they'll now shift their cofferdam and start working on the next pier. The 2024 HMA project is on the agenda today for approvals. Equipment-wise, the maintainer is actually still sitting in Des Moines. Caterpillar is still working through the final, I guess, QA/QC. It is there. Our sign truck, the crane finally came in for that from the fire, so we took our crane down to Ankeny to have that installed, so we should have our sign truck back here soon. I will also be gone the rest of the week for the engineers conference in Des Moines, and we are also placing an ad in the paper for a temporary employee for maintenance down in Melvin for extended absence we're going to have with an employee down there. So we're going to try and see if we can get a temporary person to work through the season.
Is that ambulance building done yet, or whatever that building is over yonder?
I've heard from Reggie, the electrician's been starting to hang lights. I was in it last week, or actually maybe, yeah, last week, and I think they finished most of the garage track. They still don't have the openers hung, but I've seen some activity, but it is not done.
Okay, Buffy?
Collected some goods for deployed airmen out of a unit out of Sioux City, which was really good. Got a lot of donations, and Emmett County went along with that, and Dickinson County. They came and picked it up last week. We sent out Christmas cards to some 11 veterans and 11 widows were in need from donations that we had received over the year. That's about it.
Okay. Nolan?
Oh, well, like Nick said, we're working to finalize that transaction with the Dreesens and looking to get an offer to purchase out there to them. I should be able to do that this week. Was planning on having trial this coming Tuesday, but it's going to continue to January 3rd. I think we're looking forward to getting that done. Have a couple of juvenile hearings in the pipeline and working on a number of other land transactions right now as well. So, staying busy with that.
Becky?
Same as even motor vehicle renewals, and of course, all the purchase license, driver's license. Still some taxes coming in December, they pay for stuff in the house. Stay busy with that.
Reggie?
Well, just normal stuff, fix some lights, I guess I gotta get ready for the skid loader, so we can move snow eventually. I don't know when that's gonna happen,
I hope it doesn't.
me either, but it can sit there not being used to, I guess that'd be okay.
Keep polishing.
But, otherwise just normal maintenance, so. Don't know anything else more or less. Pick up
Okay.
the garbage and keep it looking nice, I guess.
Okay. Your turn.
Mike and Sherry have driven the county, and as long as the weather holds, we're out taking pictures, updating our pictures, and making callbacks on the new construction. Got several houses to go through, so that's actually kind of interesting. So, yeah, just working through. We got the new aerials a year ago, so still, when time permits, combing through those, looking for land use changes and 911 addresses.
We have tons of deer tags going out now and hunting license, and ATVs and ORV registrations renewals are coming in slow, so we put a little ad in the paper next week, just try to remind them so that they get in for the end of the year. And snowmobiles too, so we've got a lot of activity coming in around that.
Chantry's working on valuations, hopefully to have that done within a week or two. They're coming tomorrow to take out the stained glass window to get that replaced. I'm starting to think about budgets. I have all the budget sheets turned to the department heads for them to start working on those. I am looking into getting a couple quotes to see what it would cost for mailing those notices I have to mail out in March, do the House File 718, and getting 3 quotes on that to see what it would cost the county to do that. And that's same old, same old.
Okay, anything else? Nolan supplied some donuts. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll go back to the vacation time. What are you guys thinking?
Jason to finish up whatever he was saying.
What?
I was waiting for Jason to finish up whatever he was saying, because he was talking with me.
Where do we change at 15 and then 20?
I think that's what he said.
Well, 7 through 7, completion of 7 through 19 years is 15 days. And once you get to 20 years, it's 20 days. 2 to 6 is 10 days. And then 7 through 19, there's.
Nothing's really consistent. I mean, it's not like 5 years, 4 years.
I guess we'll just wait for Elbridge. It's just about 9 o'clock, so we'll wait and do the 9 o'clock. Yeah, I thought I saw him walking out here.
Oh, okay.
I thought. And if not, otherwise Larry will have to give us the update.
Might have to.
I'll send the wrong email.
Yeah, so,
What?
yeah, so choose that. I had the right time and date.
What?
I hope I had the right time and date. Oh, there we go. Okay, good,
Larry's
good.
here.
It's always scary.
You found me.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, boy. Let me get my gifts.
And did she bring treats for being late?
When? No. Well, kinda. I have annual report.
Okay.
That's right.
Here we go. Let's see. We're gonna need a few more here.
You guys got a full house today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm sure you guys, I think I've spoke with you all before. So my name is Stacia Timmer. I'm the COO at Elbridge Agency on Aging, and I am located in Spencer. We actually cover 29
We
counties.
need one more.
We need one more. Okay. And did you all get the Osceola County specific fact sheet beforehand?
I think I emailed it to him, but I didn't print it out.
I have copies.
I'll take it. I gave mine to his. Okay, thank you.
I'm heading over to Lyon County after this.
I can give this to you for now. Okay, perfect, okay. So like I said, we cover 29 counties, Osceola being one of them. We have 4 physical office locations, so Spencer, Mason City, Fort Dodge, and Carroll. And then we do have 1 person over here in Sibley. So we kind of consider that a physical location as well. So as you can tell in our annual report, we kind of show you all the services that we deliver directly within Elderbridge. And then we also have indirect services, which we subcontract out. So we are not necessarily going out and providing personal care, homemaker, chore, home health, things like that. We partner with our public health, home health entities in all of our counties to provide those services. The whole mission of our agency within those services is to empower and enable older adults and those with disabilities to be as independent as they can within their own homes. That is our goal. We want people to age in place. We want them to have the tools, the information, the assistance that they need to do as well as they can for as long as they can in their homes. I think that's all of our goals, as we are all aging day by day, that we want to just do it as well as we can where we want to do it. So our staff do a very good job of providing information, providing assistance. We do have direct services in the form of information and referral, options counseling, and then case management. We also have a care transitions program where we help people transition from a hospital or nursing home stay back home. That's a smaller portion of our budget, but it's also a direct service that we are providing. If you want to take a look at the specific Osceola County sheet, that's always a fun fact.
Do you have extras, or I'll quick make copies on
So here we kind of break down each service that has been provided within Osceola County from FY22 against FY23. Obviously, we're in FY24 right now. I'm here asking for money and funding for FY25. But unfortunately, I can't give you specific complete data for FY24 because we're still in it through June. But if you look at the FY22 versus FY23, you can see the units of services that we've provided and then the total cost of those services within Osceola. The big one is obviously our meals. That is probably our highest budgeted item in each county. It's no different here in Osceola. We did provide a bit fewer congregate meals here in Osceola within the last 2 fiscal years. In speaking with my healthy aging director, she informed me that it's a very simple technical, I guess, misinformation. We had people on the wrong intake form, so we had more people saying they were getting home delivered versus congregate. It's a paperwork nightmare, but we had paperwork missing for certain individuals, and they were actually getting congregate but were registered as home delivered. So that's kind of the explanation there. However, with home delivered, we still have a very high number of people in Osceola County getting home delivered meals. There is a homebound status that people have to meet and are required for home delivered meals. We do have several couples within Osceola County that are in a caregiving situation. So if there is a person as a caregiver in their home, they qualify for home delivered even if they aren't truly homebound. We consider that they are doing a job. They are having to be home with the person they're caring for. Therefore, they qualify for home delivered meals. We do have quite a few of those here in Osceola. We also partner with Osceola Community Health here in Sibley. They provide homemaker services for us. We have a contract with Osceola Communities Express, which is wonderful for such a small community. I'm always very impressed with this service within Sibley, that they are able to offer transportation for individuals. And then we have the other services that we provide directly within Elderbridge. So we have caregiver information, we have case management. That has had some decline. The only explanation I can give for that is that people are probably not aware of our services, to be quite honest with you. I see that a lot in our counties. They aren't sure what we do or who to call. And so I'm hoping by making these visits and getting more of our word out, that people will understand they can call us, even if they're not sure what they're needing. I always tell people, call and we will help you figure out what it is you do need. So with that, if you want to turn it over, we'll get to the money part of it. We base our funding requests on the data and the population within each community. So right now, it looks like there has been an increase in people 60 and over here in Sibley, which is what our funding is geared towards, those over 60. So it looks like right now there's about 30% of your population is over 60 right here in Osceola County. Last year, our request was for $3.10 per older individual. So last year we received about $5,264 from Osceola County. This year we're asking for 5 cents more per individual, just based on inflation and the fact that our funding has not increased, but demand in general has. So we're asking for $3.10 per person over 60 in Osceola, which would be about $5,891. If you'll look, I always like to point out to people the return on investment is pretty good. The total cost of services we provided here in Osceola was $102,542, which is about $19.48 per senior that we spent here in Osceola County for every dollar that you provide us in funding. So it's about a 1,948% rate of return, which is a little bit better than CDs and savings accounts right now. So are there any questions? I kind of flew through this quickly, but the information is in front of you, and I'm happy to try to answer any questions you have.
How did you spend your ARPA money?
How do we spend our ARPA money? On a lot of meals. A lot of meals. At the time of COVID, all of our homebound status requirement was dropped because we were asking people not to come and congregate, especially our people 60 and over. So we did a lot of home delivered meals with that ARPA money, trying to keep people in place is probably the highest service that we spent ARPA money on.
That's a pretty big chunk of your pie there for 23.
Yes.
So how does that affect you into 24? Do those people not get those services?
It is affecting us because as we saw with COVID, I think there were more people that became more aware of our services. And after COVID was done, they wanted to continue with these services. They realized, wow, I didn't realize Elbridge did all these things for individuals. So right now, we are writing grants to try to help sustain, especially our healthy aging meal programs. We apply for lots of grants. We apply for small ones, big ones, to try to fill that gap that ARPA is no longer there for. Good question.
Anybody else?
Larry Pedley, you guys are probably all very familiar with him. He is on our board. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Larry?
One of the, Eldridge is 26 counties.
29.
29.
Not that I'm counting, but.
29. Which is a lot of counties for one organization to keep track of. It was split several years ago. Was there 4 or 5 divisions now?
There's 6 of us
6
in the
of us.
state, yeah.
And like Ed's question was, during COVID, all the meals went to the homes.
Mm-hmm.
And now the problem is they're trying to get people to come back and the conjure up meals, get together, because that's where they get the best service, because there they find out about scams and health issues, and it's just, get together and visit with other people. That's kind of the purpose.
Yeah.
Cheryl Peters is the person taking care of the meals here in Sibley, and they're getting some really great food from Lake Park, right?
Yes. Yep.
Carsonson's?
Yep.
So they're getting really good meals there.
Yeah.
And I think Cheryl probably has some family relationship with Carsonson, so she's making sure. that
Yeah.
It's her son that owns
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And so things are looking up.
Yeah. it
But
really
the
is.
problem is with that is, like you said, the funding has gone down after COVID because they're not getting the funding anymore. So, but everybody needs money, it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
Any help you guys can provide, be wonderful.
absolutely. Thanks, Larry. Any other questions? Guess I'll let you all continue.
Anybody have anything? Okay, thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, thank you for having me. Did you read that?
Thank you.
I have one, if you want to keep them.
Okay, back to the vacation time. What are your thoughts?
What was your breakdown again, Jason?
It just shows year 7, you attain 15 days, and then year 20, you attain 20 days. And now we're considering 25 days at 25 years, so I guess I just think it would make sense to be consistent on when those steps occur rather than a similar step on a shorter period of time at the end of the career. I don't know if we'd even it out, go 15 days at 7 years, 20 days at 16 years, and 25 days at 25 years. I doubt it would work to go 15 days at 7 years, 20 days at 20 years, and then take that same 13-year gap before going another 5 years. Don't have a lot of 33-year employees probably very often.
Any other thoughts? Want to do it, don't want to do it?
Did Jack give much input on what has common? I know you asked what other counties are doing.
No,
Has seen
he has
kind of
not. I didn't really talk to him about vacation except for adding what was suggested the department heads got together. So I have not talked to him other than that. I think it's,
one day a year that you bang everything up in 25 years, 25 day, and you get one day of vacation for each year you work here.
Any thoughts, comments, motions one way or the other?
I'd probably like to see what other counties are doing,
Okay,
see how it compares.
Then make a motion to table it until we can get a little more information.
okay, we've got a motion to table it to get more information. Do we have support? We have support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's tabled.
So the next meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, consider award bid for courthouse security, update courthouse security system.
we got, ICAP always gives us grant money, $1,000 grant money. We get $3,000 a year for ICAP, but I can use that $1,000 to upgrade the system. We put the new system in 2008, the system we currently have, and we updated it in 2013. So our safety committee got together, they would like to see it updated. One of the main concerns is that when we hit the panic button, it goes to Heartland first, and then Heartland calls the sheriff's office. So the shooter could be gone before the sheriff's office even knows about it. So we would like to upgrade it, that it goes right to the sheriff's office. Heartland still thinks it should go to them, but I would feel more comfortable about going to the sheriff's office directly. Yeah. But, you know, hopefully we never have to use it
I disagree with them.
with Heartland.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it goes right to the sheriff's office first, and then you can go to Heartland after that, but it needs to, in my opinion, also, but. So we just, for this $840, we can upgrade it, the painting buttons will stay the same, they'll just have to put an antenna up, Reggie said, and they'll just upgrade it to a newer system. If the board so chooses. Like I said, we have that ICAP grant money I was gonna use it for, I wasn't gonna install it until after January, and we can use that $1,000.
Can that be used towards the monthly portion of it?
I don't know about that, I don't know, that part I did not check into.
Okay, do we have any thoughts? I think it'd be a good idea, but
Yeah, I think it'd be okay too.
do we have any motions on what to do?
Make a motion to use those funds to upgrade that.
Okay, got a motion, do we have support?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, appoint board members, Northwest Iowa Waste Agency, Solid Waste Agency. I think that's Lee right now, isn't it?
Yes.
And it really sounds like he enjoys it. Do you want to keep doing it?
If that's what you guys would wish, yes.
I'll make a motion to keep Leroy as our rep.
Okay. A motion and support, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
And who's your alternate? Is that you, Jerry? Or who's the alternate on that?
Oh, I don't think it's me.
Do you know who the alternate is on that one? Northwest, I have to look, I don't know.
Mike and Jason, maybe,
How that could be.
or Mike.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll look.
I've never used it, so.
I was gonna say, I've never gone to a meeting, so.
No. But you can.
Oh, that's okay.
Now that you reminded me. Maybe I don't have anybody, huh?
There isn't anybody. I was gonna look and I forgot.
Jerry? I'm guessing the area landfill is the same. They change their name or go by solid waste now?
Nobody?
I thought it was Jerry.
Jerry's listed as Northwest Iowa Area Landfill.
Oh, okay, that's probably that. Okay.
21 committee assignments.
Never been to.
Okay. Approve resolution 192324 paving FM A22, FM L32, and FM L40 project. HRRR CO 7280 5R72. Does that all make sense?
Yes.
Good.
So there's two items here, one with two resolutions. This first resolution is for the federal portion of the 2024 asphalt paving project. Bids were opened a couple weeks ago. Bids were within range and under the engineer's estimate. And there was a good spread between the low three bids. They were all very close together. So we would recommend award of this bid. This would be similar to how we did the G20 bridge, where in awarding the bid, you would also be authorizing me to take care of all the paperwork, so we'll have to keep coming back for every little thing in terms of approving contracts and things like that. It runs through the DOT. This is the federal portion is the one that does A22 east of Sibley, and L32 over in the northwest corner of the county, and A34 down by Ashton, heading out to Highway 59 as well. Originally, the project was 3 different projects. We had the one where we had to kick the FM portion out to next year, and the local portion also got split out, which is the next item.
Okay. That Western, where are they out of? Do you know offhand or not?
let's see. I sent it to you guys in an email and I wrote where they were out of. I don't remember where it was.
What do we want to do?
I think they're down by Denison area.
Oh, okay. What are our wishes?
I'll make a motion to approve that resolution.
Okay. And we've got support. Ed. Jason.
Aye.
Leroy.
Aye.
Jerry.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay, then, resolution 2023-24, paving Royal Avenue from southern city limits of Silva to A30 project L 817372.
Yeah, so this is the local portion of that FY24 HMA job. Originally, when all these projects were programmed, the state had what they called the swap program, where they would swap out federal funds for local funds. So there was a time when we could bundle lots of projects together. Local, FM, federal, it didn't really matter. They did away with that the last couple of years, just as this project was coming to bid or coming to being programmed for letting. So we had to split them apart. That's why the FM portion got kicked to another year. The local portion got kicked out to a standalone. It was bid the same day as the federal portion, but unfortunately, different bidders put in. We did not, this project did come in over the engineer's estimate, but that engineer's estimate was not changed after it was split apart. So we kind of lost out on the economies of scale and mobilization and things like that that were occurring with the other projects. So now it has to kind of stand on its own legs. So it did come in higher. The bids, the low bid was a good 50,000 lower than the second bid. We do have the funds to cover this, mainly because of savings in the county line box project that came in well under bid. So we would still recommend awarding this bid. And it'll work the same way in terms of award plus granting me the authority to deal with the paperwork through the DOT.
Okay.
I make a motion to accept the resolution 20.
Okay, we've got a motion. Do we have support?
Support.
Jerry.
Aye.
Ed. Jason.
Aye.
Leroy. Okay, then approve G21 bridge deck overlay.
So this project is one that kind of crept up on us. When we did the chip seal job on Tyler Avenue, as we were brooming and brushing and working through that project, we started noticing more and more damage occurring to the bridge deck on G21. So since the FM portion of the asphalt job got kicked to next fiscal year, that gave us capacity to try to kind of sneak this project in and do a deck overlay, which we would mill the deck down to just above the rebar and then come in with a concrete overlay of that deck. We've done that elsewhere in the county. So we quickly created a set of plans and we've been pushing those through the DOT process. If this were to be approved, you'd be approving the plans and then we would go to a letting and contract approvals and things like that.
Okay, what do you think?
Make a motion for its approval.
Okay, we've got a motion. Do we have support?
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Yeah, approve amendment to the 2024 county 5-year program.
So this is essentially cleaning up the program for some of the actions that occurred, including the ones today. We would take that county line box project that we were just talking about and take the salary savings from that, cost savings, and move that over to this deck overlay, or I'm sorry, move it over to the HMA project, the local portion. So we take 50,000 from savings from the county line box, put it on the local HMA project. And then we would also add this bridge deck overlay into the fiscal year to be able to allow the DOT to let the job using FM funds that we have on with the state.
Okay. What do you think? I entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve that.
Okay, we've got a motion, do we have support? Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. I will head downstairs and print a final copy of that. I'll do that.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning. I'm here all day today.
Okay.
I'll be right back up.
Sounds good, thanks. Set public hearing date for ordinance number 63, an ordinance readopting the existing county code ordinance of Osceola County.
Every 5 years, we have to readopt all the existing ordinances, and this year is the year to do it, so. And publication is 4/20, so we could have it on December 26th at 9 o'clock if the board so chooses.
Would you read all of them to us?
No.
That was a quick answer. Okay, do we want to set a time and date for ordinance number 6?
And publication is 4/20, so we could have it on December 26th at 9 o'clock if the board so chooses.
Would you read all of them to us?
No.
That was a quick answer. Okay, do we want to set a time and date for ordinance number 63? You say December 26th, what time?
At 9 o'clock, because it's a 4/20 publication, so I'll have it in the paper next week to be published.
Okay.
That'll meet our 4 days.
Okay, we've got a motion for December 26th at 9 o'clock. Do we have support? Support. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approve resolution 21. Notice of public hearing proposing the vacation of a portion of partial F in town of Ellenbrook, Osceola County.
So that's that property that, that our Eggings won't like to have it. They have a survey done on it. So we're just gonna, we have to send notices out and publish it in the paper.
Okay, I would take a motion on resolution 21.
So we're looking at January 23rd at 9 o'clock to have that public hearing to give us enough time to send out notices and
23rd
in the
at 9?
paper, yeah. And no one will be available that day if you need them.
Okay. What do you think of that, Rick?
Make a motion to approval of resolution number 21.
Okay, we've got a motion. Do we have support?
Support.
Jason?
Aye.
Ed? Jerry?
Aye.
Leroy?
Aye.
Okay, discuss health insurance premium rates for
We should
non-union.
do libraries, I think they're waiting out there.
Oh, okay. We will go to the library. Geez, we're rolling along pretty good. I thought we were getting done.
We're on a roll, man.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. We are the
Morning.
representatives from the libraries in the county, and we're going to have Sue from Ashton go first, and then we'll have Melvin, Ochean, and then I'll wrap everything up at the very end. So Sue, you can go ahead and, I usually sit in the throne when I give my short presentation, and if you want to sit or if you stand, whatever you want to do, the rest of us can be standing.
Well, I'm very new to this and lacking a lot of knowledge to it all.
Kim didn't keep you in the middle of everything?
I just watched him keep going. And I've got lost in it, so. But we do have a great board in Ashton, and they are very supportive of my lack of knowledge. And it's all working quite well. we have hired another helper within the library. She'll put in about 20 hours a week. And that's gonna be a great help for me, just to have someone with a little bit of different opinions and insight. But we're working on trying to get some of our classes taken, excuse me, and that'll come. But we're just kind of getting organized. But I do thank you all for all of your support. I'm glad that we have this board as well as my library board. Thank you.
Make sure you introduce yourself too.
Yeah, I'm Diane Evans, and I'm at Melvin. I've been there a little over a year. And besides working on putting our books on a new system, which is very exciting, but takes a while, we're working on that. I have a couple of things that really went well. We want to bring people in, because that's a big thing, and we piggybacked on to another community group. And so when they have an activity, I open special, or if I'm open, and we have, for our small library, we've had a lot of people come in, and kids come too. And then we do that at Christmas, we just did that, and we do it at Halloween. Halloween, we have an activity where I buy good used books, and they get to have a free book. And then also our summer reading program has gone really well. We tripled the number of children's books we got out, so that was very exciting, and the summer reading program went well with the things we had organized, and so I'm very thankful that you can support those, help support those things, because that has helped Melvin to have more people come in and kids, and we're very excited to keep working with that and those ideas. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your support.
I'm Tammy Hoekstra. I'm a co-director over at the Ocheyedan Library with Lori Berry. I've been there just over a year. Lori's been there since May, so we both are learning a lot together. We have done twice a month, we try and do a after-school hour where we do fun things with kids that come off the bus. We have 5 children that come pretty regularly. We're trying to get more, but it's hard in Ocheyedan. But with your support, we've been able to get more books, updated our circulation there. We've gotten 4 new patrons last month, so that's going well too. We just, consistency with opening the library, having it open for people that want to come in and get books. Thank you for your support. It's very much needed in our small little towns. Thank you.
Okay, then I'll just wrap everything up. I do have of course, I always bring a brochure of some type. I just have a Sibley Public Library at a glance.
You've got a pretty hard act to follow.
I know, I've got a hard act to follow. It's like I have to hold all this together. But as you pass this around, this is just a little thing that I put together last week. It's a Sibley Public Library at a glance. And it basically talks about the different services that we have. Of course, we have a lot of adult services, a lot of children's services, and then it also talks about all the money that we've gotten this past year in grants, which totals to $16,200, which we're really excited about that. And at the very bottom section there, I just wanted to point out to you, last year we started a collaboration with the Sibley Ocheyedan School District, and that has been very, very successful. That's been with grades 5 through 8. They come once a month to the library. All the kids are really excited to get their hands on books. And so we have served 180 students in that capacity, and over 3,000 books were checked out last year during the school year. And of course, they're coming again this year. We just love seeing them. They love coming to the library, and we hear about 50 thank yous while they're here. Also, some of their teachers have had different projects that they've been working on, so then they'll come an extra time to get books to go along with whatever topic it is that they're doing. So of course there's the little at a glance, and then I just wanted to just kind of as a fun thing, I just have been kind of jotting down over the years some things that people have said as they have come into the library, and I wanted to share some of these with you, more of a personal feel. One of the comments is, I've enjoyed coming to this library since I was a young child. We just had someone that's, you know, in their 20s and 30s, and they said, oh, I used to come here all the time, and I'm back in town. I always feel safe when I'm at this library. I love to stop at the library and check out the next book in the series that I'm reading. I could never afford to buy all the books that I want to read, plus I wouldn't have a place to store them. I appreciate how the library opens its doors to everyone. The story times are so great. My child looks forward to coming to hear a story and do a fun craft. It's great to have a computer where I can print my Amazon return labels. My kids love to put puzzles together at the library. The library staff is always so helpful. Having access to free ebooks is great. It's fun coming to the various programs that the library offers. And this is actually, people say this, but my last one is, I don't know what I would do without this library, which of course is my favorite quote. Just appreciation from all four of us. We feel your commitment to us and we really appreciate it. We're not coming requesting a certain amount. We have kind of stopped doing that. We leave that to your judgment, your best judgment. So much, much, much appreciation. Are there any questions or any comments for any of us, from any of the supervisors at this time?
Yeah, do you have funding and expenditure numbers for Sibley and Ocheaton? We got them for the other two libraries, but I don't have them for Sibley or Ocheaton libraries.
I sent Rochelle my annual report.
I didn't print that out. I thought I printed them all out. On the back side,
No,
Sibley Library is on the back.
there's no funding or expenditure numbers in there. And there is for. No, but
I had the two-sided thing. I can resend it.
Oh, maybe I didn't print the other side.
Yeah,
to it.
one
Maybe.
side would be all the programs and the other side was all the expenditures.
I printed out the ports, maybe I didn't get the back side to
Okay.
use. I'll look once and make sure they get that. Sorry about that.
That's
That was the
okay.
only question I had.
Okay.
Does that House File 718 affect your funding or how the city will be able to fund it? 'Cause you have
I
that
think it
voter approved
will.
levy, right?
Yeah, I think it will. I know that I talked to Susan, our city manager, about that some, and I think it's yet to be determined. She and I did attend a Zoom session on it. So it's still kind of down the road a little bit, and I'm not sure exactly how it'll affect. Hopefully not too much. Good question though.
I'm gonna cast the blame on you guys. I think my wife would rather travel without anyone and listen to an audio CD, a book on CD.
Well,
from you guys,
cast
thanks
the
to you
blame back
guys.
on you then for
I
that.
don't know that I have a part in that desire to be in the car alone. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Any other questions or comments?
Hey, anybody have anything? Okay, thank all four of you for coming.
And thank you again, we appreciate your support, and you guys have a great rest of the day.
Yeah.
Did you guys want a copy of it? Thank you. There you go.
Okay. We'll discuss health insurance premium, right? Okay, discuss health insurance premium rates for non-union employees. Who wants to bring us up to date on that?
Is it me or?
Is there a big difference in what? Are they all?
I've familiarized myself with the stuff around me.
For the HSA, right now, they're currently paying $487.50. It would go up to $517 per month, starting in July. And we're,
Where'd you find that?
the sheets here. Well, it's my, I guess it's my chicken. Probably didn't make copies of the board, but it's going up to $517 a month, starting for July 1st. Currently, we're paying the $487. Is that on the, it should be in the back backside of that sheet, no, on that ISAC sheet on the backside, should tell, that copy should tell you what they're currently paying.
Okay,
What the county's paying and what the employee's paying. But the HSA is going up, like I said, to 517 instead of the 487.50. For the HRA, we haven't increased those premiums in the last 2 years, and currently we're paying $547.66. I don't know what, I didn't get Plan 5 rates are. But, you know, a little bit, we're paying, we were paying what Plan 5 rates were for the last couple years. Plan 8, sorry. Plan 8's rates for a couple years. But our fund balance is still very healthy. It's our self-funding fund balance is $1,222,830 at this point. The end of December. So.
And the recommendation from the insurance company was to leave the rates the same.
I believe so. You know, that the HRA plan, we've left it the same for the last couple years. We haven't increased it any, but we did increase HSA rates. So I don't know if the board wants to keep them the same as they currently or pay the actual premium amount. That's what we have done for the HSA for the last couple years. The HRA, we, like I said, kept the same for the last 2 because of our healthy fund balance.
and how much difference do the non-union employees pay now?
The non-union?
Because that's the way it's written here. for
Yeah,
non-union.
that's a sheet that I gave you, that back sheet there is what the county's paying and what the employee is paying currently. And then that makes sense, the county and employees are currently making payments too. Right, did I answer your question or no?
No.
Okay, what was your
No,
question?
no, you didn't.
It's kind of confusing.
So are we just gonna go with the recommendation from the insurance company and leave them where they're at?
Yeah, that's up to the board. And you're thinking both for the HRA and HSA, keep them both?
Well, they're 2 separate items on the agenda, so
Well, the HSA, that's different, that's a contribution that we pay, the county pays, that's what that second agenda item is.
Okay.
so we need to talk about that then after this.
After this, yes.
I'd almost think leave it. But I would take a motion one way or the other.
I'd make a motion to go along with the insurance company's recommendation to leave it at the same rate for this year with no increase.
For both HSA and HRA then, for both plans, okay?
Unless somebody else has a different idea.
Okay, we've got a motion. Do we have another idea or do we have support?
I'll support that.
Okay, we've got a motion and
I
support.
think HSA needs to be at what the actual premium is. As an employee participation, because that's the plan they're getting.
So then that one needs to be adjusted to,
Instead of paying the $487.50, they'd be paying the $517 a month would be their actual premium rate.
I'd amend my motion to have that adjusted to the actual premium rate,
Okay.
and the rest of it stays the same.
Okay. That work for you, Jerry?
Yeah, I'll support.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
I'm gonna oppose.
Okay, discuss HSA contribution.
So currently, the county is paying $1,400 for a single and $2,800 for a family. I just need to know if you continue with that contribution or not. I know that on premium, or their deductible went up to $3,000, $6,000 for HSA.
But we're still contributing county funds as if it was the Plan 8 rate of $877.50, right?
For the HSA contributions, you mean, the $1,400
Well,
and $2,800?
When we started the HSA, we continued funding at the same premium level that Plan 8 was at the time, which was $877.50 for an individual plan.
I think we're talking two separate things here. I think the
I know,
HS,
but the premium savings is what
I
allows us
gotcha.
to not go backwards
Gotcha.
on contributions to the HSA. And the premium savings
I got what you're saying.
shouldn't, I guess. The previous motion, why I thought the HSA premiums should be what they are, because I don't know that that plan needs to be funded by the premium differences. I'm not saying that quite right, but I think we're getting to the point where the savings off the HSA premiums currently from where they were when the plan we were utilizing when we started aren't covering the HSA contributions. Right, the individual plan will be $829, $877.50. That difference would only get us $700 in savings on a year's time on an individual plan.
So what are you wanting to do with these contributions?
I'm not opposed to them, and it's still a cheaper approach to insurance options for our employees. But when it started, the premium differences more than offset the contributions to HSA. We need to decide where we want that to be. Are we going to let those contributions ultimately be an increased cost over when we started this?
But if you're still trying to work down the reserve, I don't see the point of reducing it.
I think the reserve should be there for the self-funding exposure, not for the HSA.
That's just like two separate policies. The HSA to the savings.
Can you repeat that, Mike?
Like the HSA, that shouldn't use the money we've got saved up, I'm blanking on what you call it.
Fund balance,
Yeah.
financial. you don't want it to go any more than what it is.
No, we don't.
But you also don't want to reduce those contributions to disincentivize participation in the HSA.
I voted no because I think the premium should be to where we're not growing the balance. And this does at a very small rate. Ryan and I disagree that you should never lower rates. They should pay for what they're getting. So I'm okay with a small decrease, whereas he didn't recommend that. At the time, the two plans, at the time we offered Plan 8, and we switched to the two plans, the HRA, which continued to offer Plan 8 benefit levels, and the HSA, which had the high deductible but the savings account. The premiums that were being paid on behalf of every employee, one, contributed to the savings that we now have for those that stayed on the HRA and the traditional approach, and has grown well beyond what the plan has needed. And the HSA, we stayed at the same premiums from Plan 8. The lower premiums for the HSA, the difference, the cost to the county being the same, the difference was far in excess of what the HSA savings contributions were that we were making. I may be doing this wrong, but I'd say we're at a point where the savings between that historical rate and the now current HSA rate don't cover the HSA contributions. I don't know that I think we need to incentivize either plan. I like having options for people, and I was strongly in favor of doing HSA savings contributions when it was still a net lower cost to the county. I'm not saying the county shouldn't continue with the HSA savings approach, but I don't think we should do it unaware that it's at a higher cost.
It's still cheaper than a traditional health insurance plan.
I'd like you to show me those numbers. I'm not plugging them in and finding out how that's the case.
That's exactly how the insurance guy pitched it.
I would disagree. I think he was talking specifically to the HRA approach.
I can't see reducing these numbers this year when you left everybody else's the same. I don't want to disincentivize the younger employees from participating in it.
Okay, any other comments? And I would take the motion on what do we want to do?
I'd make a motion to just leave them where they're at for this year.
Okay, we've got a motion to leave them where it's at. Do we have support?
Yeah, I'll support that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. We have a couple minutes before we go to closed session.
We can approve the holiday schedule.
No, I'm going someplace.
That's a long walk.
Oh, okay.
5-year plan. And then later today, I'll just go through the auditor make sure the page.
Oh, okay.
that resolution on the notice of public hearing for the Allendorf parcel yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Better than make it next time.
I haven't gotten a notice from Shaughnessy's for a while. The donuts are obviously so.
Those glazed ones. My dad's goes first. Oh, they're just like crispy. Close to the same.
No,
They're not bad.
I'm pretty sure Krispy Kreme has like figured out how to like mix enough like pure fat into their batter that when you fry them with fat, it just becomes something entirely different.
Drink all that coffee with it.
Oh, yeah, we changed that. I noticed that this morning, we got that changed. I don't think I grabbed it. Forget
Add those minutes.
it. Your dad would probably like it.
Okay. Potential closed session, Iowa Code 21.5, consider opioid litigation settlement.
Did we already do this? Or no?
I don't think so.
This is a different one. Just to basically explain it, originally when we got into this lawsuit, and
Do we want
we can
to-
do a closed session if you guys want to explain it. I mean,
There should be plenty that can be shared publicly, but.
yeah, I mean, I don't really
Strategy or-
know how much strategy we're disclosing here, especially because we're part of a class action. I just put it on there as it's litigation. Okay, so basically, when we originally got into this was about pursuing the people who manufactured the drugs. The big companies, the big families, the Sacklers, the Merck, et cetera, that made the drugs, right? And this litigation shifted to the people who distributed the drugs and the, not insurance companies, but the distributors of the drugs. Finally, or after that, then they also added in Walgreens, CVS, Teva, the pharmacies that distributed these drugs at the base level. Eventually, both as a strategic thing and as a monetary thing, our class action counsel decided to go after McKinsey. McKinsey is the world's foremost business consulting and services firm. They provide consulting, accounting, tax services to corporations worldwide, including the companies that drove the opioid crisis. McKinsey also had decided to make a countersuit whereby they would try and take out the ability of our class action, or our class, to litigate against them and other companies. So it was a strategic decision on our class counsel's part to go after McKinsey. The monetary amount of this settlement, $207 million total across the entire class, is not that much money, but I am required to bring this before you guys before the automatic opt-in date or opt-out date of January 5. If we don't make a decision by January 5, it's basically going to be included anyways. The email that I have, and I think has probably been sent to you guys, if not I can forward to you guys, says basically, currently to remain in the settlement, you do not need to take any action. You will remain in unless you opt out by January 5, 2024. So bottom line is, we're probably not going to get that much money from this. If you look at those spreadsheets of what we're getting yearly, especially the original manufacturer settlement and the distributor settlement that came after it, I would imagine that the money that we're going to get out of this would be a fraction of what we would be getting from those other ones, but I think this is kind of just being a good team player in the class and taking what little money we're gonna get from it. It doesn't cost us anything, it's not any additional risk to us. This is just another step that's going on in this long ongoing process. And we have been receiving money. We've received money from the manufacturer settlement, from the distributor settlement, and those funds, this is just another one. And I kind of, in my view of it, think that it would be good for us to continue to be a full participant in this. So,
for us to deliberate on merits of participating or not, would be worthy of closed session now, right?
if you'd like to,
Opinion?
yeah, if you'd like to discuss that, that'd be fine in my opinion. I don't have any problem with that, and that's why it's on the agenda as a possible closed session. So.
I think just stay status quo. Yeah.
The attorney's suggestion, and that's fine with me.
Okay. Yeah, and if you guys want to take action based on what we've talked about, go for it. That's fine.
We don't have to make a decision to opt in because we're in whether we do anything or not, right?
Well,
it's an opt-out, not an opt-in.
It says, the last paragraph of this email, and this is the advice from the class council, not me, is so unless you have a desire to opt out, you do not need to take any action at this time. You will want to have your board consider the issue and make a decision, however, prior to the January 5, 2024 opt-out date. After that date, you will be bound by the settlement. We are happy to discuss this with you at your convenience or if you have questions. So, yeah, I guess I'm bringing this before you guys. You guys have the power to make a decision if you want to opt out of this, but like this says, if you take no action, you're in. So.
With the previous ones, allocations to our county, is this one where we can decline it or let it flow to other counties that were more affected?
I don't think that was ever directly, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just trying to remember what that applied to, or was that ARPA, or was that there was something that
I don't think was articulated in this email as part of this settlement. I think that may have been the distributor settlement with the distributors of the drugs from the manufacturers to the pharmacies. And as always, there's also a procedure if we choose to use the money for non-opiate mitigation. There are some additional rules that would have to be followed and procedures and reporting, but I don't think that's ever been a discussion we've had here. So I think if we were to decline to participate in this and either decline to pursue any claim against McKinsey separately, or I don't know why we would do this, pursue a claim against McKinsey directly ourselves, and the money that would have been earmarked for us as part of the class action, I don't believe would be delivered to the class at all. I don't think it would get redistributed because there's not an affirmative agreement or anything like that between the parties in this class action as to redistributing that money. I think that money just wouldn't go into the class and then be doled out to us, is my understanding of how that would work if we didn't participate. Does that answer your question? Sorry, that's kind of roundabout.
And I'm sorry, it was probably confusing which ones held which cases.
I mean, it's been a whole layer, like a lot of layers to this one so far. I mean, I think this is probably the 5th or 6th different slice of this settlement, but you know, we've been receiving benefits from being part of it. So.
I guess I'd make a motion to maintain the status quo with our participation.
Okay. Motion and support, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we've got 5 minutes. Approved 2024 holiday schedule.
Are we adding any new holidays?
No, the only one I did is, this year we, closed at 1 on New Year's Eve day. So I
Rather than a separate action on that, it would be covered by approval of the overall schedule.
Yes.
But it's not part of the handbook.
It's not part of the handbook, no. That's the only thing that changed.
I don't have a problem with that. What do you think?
Make a motion for the approval of the holiday schedule as presented.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, claims.
Water Service has 2977.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained?
Abstain.
Yeah, that got changed. It was the wrong vendor. It was Jason. We changed that already.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I asked last night and I almost forgot.
I think it was an error. We changed that.
What's claim 992?
That unemployment basic.
To the O'Brien County Auditor.
Oh, that's for, juvenile services rent that we pay every year, the 2,500
What's that?
For rent.
for rent for DHS, I think building over there. Yes, DHS office space that we pay them. We pay that every year, $2,500. Been doing it for years.
Why don't we pay it to O'Brien?
They must, it's payment per contract for O'Brien County DHS office. Because we don't have a DHS office here, they all go to O'Brien County.
But if there's nobody in that office, do we still need to pay rent?
There isn't nobody over in O'Brien County, DHS?
Well, Sheldon has a DHS office too.
Oh, is that part of, we always send our people to O'Brien County. I don't know, I mean, part of Sheldon's in O'Brien County, I don't know where part of that office is.
So
What
does
office?
O'Brien pay a portion of that rent too?
Yeah, I think everybody that's part of that. We've done that for years, ever since DHS is no longer have an office here.
Does Lion have one?
I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
Any other questions on the claims? If not, I would take a motion. Okay, we've got a motion. Do we have support? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Okay, these are all your drainage claims. And Jerry, this one.
As long as you're signing.
Does that money that we collect for the ambulance, the tax,
Mm-hmm.
can that be used for wages?
It has been. We're using it for wages.
I just noticed now everybody that's remotely involved, even if they're not on the ambulance, gets paid.
Well, they don't get on-call pay, but they get paid if they go out. I mean, if they're
I don't know.
outside.
They never did that before. I mean, if the fire department showed up and helped, we never got paid for it. Now,
Oh.
I don't care, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if that, I mean, there's quite a list of people here that
We've got-
aren't ambulance people, but
Oh, really?
they're getting paid.
Okay.
And I don't,
Yep, I
that's
know.
fine.
Yep,
but
I know.
They never used to do that.
Okay, we've got a 10:15 and it is 10:16.
I'll have to look at that, Jerry. No.
I don't remember any.
I'll look at that.
10:15, potential closed session for Iowa Code 21.5, update on pending litigation with Dorsey Whitney. Would take a motion on that.
I'd make a motion to go into closed session.
Okay, we've got a motion, do we have support? I'll support that, all in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Maybe it's to record everything after you guys reopen.
This is
You
our
see
last
that
one.
decision, huh?
This is our last item.
Well, it's just, are you gonna have any decision, do you think, or?
No.
Yeah, that's what I said, just in
No
case,
action
and
items,
if
no.
there's nothing, then I'll just pick it, I just.
So to hit record?
Yeah.
Okay.
So since this is.
Is Nathan here?